Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm here to do an unboxing and a review of the Powerball device. I have in my hand specifically the Powerball Hybrid AUTOSTART Pro, and for those of you who don't know what this is, the Powerball device is a device that is used for hand, wrist, and forearm strengthening. So it's a way to kind of injury prevent, rehab, or strengthen the joints or the ligaments and the muscles in your arm. It's a particularly useful device for those of you who spend a long time on the laptop or workstation or desktop, or those of you who have over time developed some sort of pain in their wrists or forearms or fingers. I've developed a bit of a nagging pain over the years in my right hand, and I came across this device while doing some research for something that would help. So if you go to the Amazon webpage and the category for strength training, wrist and forearm strengtheners, you'll notice the first, second, and many of the devices in the top 10 to 20 list are actually Powerball devices or even gyro ball devices, which is why I thought it would be worth my while to actually invest in this product and give it a review. So the Powerball is actually a gyroscopic device that operates with a rotor inside the ball, and it's a ball that has like a rotating device on the inside that kind of causes tension and resistance while you're actually holding the outside of the ball. Here's just a little bit of the specifics on the outside of the carton that I wanted to display. Has 18,000 RPM performance, produces a force of up to 35 pounds resistance, wind back and release, so that's the auto start function, and battery-free multifunction speedometer. So it's got this one. The Pro versions in particular have an LED monitor on the top of them that can actually show you how many reps and how many circulations you've actually done. Over to this side, it actually shows you some of the benefits and some of the purposes. Hands and fingers, wrists, forearms, tricep, biceps, and shoulders are all activated with the movements of this ball. Let's go ahead and open it up. So here I am. Try to pop it open over here. Okay, so let's toss that down. There it is. There's the LED monitor on the top. There's the rotor on the inside of the ball. And there is the outer casing of the Powerball. Like I mentioned, guys, this is the hybrid version. The hybrid version actually means that it's a little bit heavier than the original version. So this one has resistance, like I mentioned, 35 pounds isometric resistance once you start operating the ball. It has a zinc coated rotor, I believe. So that's the rotor on the inside while you're winding it around. That's the rotor that actually provides that gyroscopic movement, which provides the resistance for your arms. LED counter at the top over there once it's powered on, and this is a battery-free version. Once it is powered on, it kind of gives you counts or repetitions, and I think you have some other modes that you can play around with. So right now I'm just going to start spinning it to power the device on. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this thing started. Some of the other versions that do not have the auto start function, they have a pull cord, so they have a little string. I didn't want that version. I wanted one that has the auto start function. So the way that we actually get this thing started is, you see there's a little arrow on the inside of the rotor. It's telling you to pull it this way. So what you do is you keep rotating the rotor for a couple of turns. Let's say about 10 of them. Now, as soon as I let go, it is going to start. There you go. And now you have the gyroscopic movement. What you have to do to keep this thing alive is continuously move it. So now the gyroscopic movement is acting counterintuitive to our wrist motions, which is where the resistance actually comes into play. And basically, there you have it. Yeah. Okay, so I turned the device on and I'm continuously rotating my wrist around it. You can feel the active resistance. You can feel my hand is kind of burning up after, so many rotations. Basically, what you have to do is gently, work your wrist around. You can experiment with different movements with the ball in your hand. You can do it up or down. activating different components of your forearm and your hand at the same time. You can feel the fingers strengthening or the fingers activating, and you can feel that tension over there that's being provided by the ball. I can definitely see this being a great rehab type of exercise or device that I could do kind of when I'm in the middle of my day or in the middle of meetings or something that I would do. It's definitely not a device that I think would provide a lot of strength gains, but again, that's not the point. The point is really to use this for rehabilitating or injury preventing any further damage to the wrist or the forearms. One of the things I'm going to do right now is just pause. You can see the LED screen at the top. It has counted, I think, some of the rotations. There are also different functions that you can do. Clear it all up. I need to really look into what these functions are. But yeah, basically when you get it started, the LED screen lights up. And over time, you notice that the gyro ball is actually slowing down, which means it's a signal for you to actually boost your kind of rotations up a little bit and keep it going, keep it alive. And that's what the beautiful thing about this is, that there's no battery operation needed. It's continuously motion controlled. One of the things I wanted to highlight over here, guys, is that this black band right about the middle over here is a non-slip grip surface. So it's the perfect point for you to place your fingers. It's designed to palm your hand over there and hold it and grip it in that area. So you can experiment by pressing with the, your tips of the fingers on that grip, or you can even palm the device and rotate it that way. I think if you grip it a little further away, it will strengthen the fingers, and if you grip it a little bit closer, the rotations become a little bit easier. So again, just experiment what works best for you as you're trying it out. All right, guys, so I've had a couple of minutes to play around with this thing. I actually came downstairs watching some TV, sitting on the sofa, and had a chance to mess around with this quite a bit. I'm actually going to go through a couple of rotations here, slow and then fast, to kind of give you a feel of what you can actually expect. It actually does get a lot more challenging than I originally thought. And it actually does feel like it's really going to strengthen your grip strength or your wrist strength, so to speak. So I'm actually going to kick this thing off to start and just kind of go through a couple of regular rotations. I've noticed a few things and I want to point them out. So it started, the rotor is started. The first thing I've noticed is that to get the best results or to feel the best results, your kind of circular rotations, your wrist rotation, the movement has to be really full and smooth. So don't really do like small kind of quick rotations trying to get speed out of it. It's meant to be rehabilitative, it's meant to be targeted. So really do start off with really, slow kind of circular motion, and then work your way up the more advanced you get. I have noticed that, if you do shorter rotations or smaller rotations, I fully palmed the device and I'm doing a really quick stir over here. You'll notice it gets a lot faster, and here you are, you can actually hear the difference that it gets. You actually hear the buzzing over there. It gets really, really loud because the rotations are really going fast. Doing it counterclockwise now. Experiment with how you actually want to hold the ball. So here I am holding it from the LED screen down. The ball is exposed on this side, but you can easily hold it this way, where the LED screen is actually pointing out the other way. It just gives you a different kind of feel on the grip, or different kind of positioning of your hand. So you do it clockwise and also counterclockwise or anti-clockwise, and you'll feel the full effect of what this Powerball can actually do for you. So yeah, that's it. All right, thank you guys so much for checking in on the video. and getting my initial review on the Powerball device. Hope you guys found it beneficial, and I'm going to post a link to the description, or to actually this Powerball in particular, to see if it's something that you would be interested in, to find out a little bit more information. Gonna take a couple more weeks to play around with this and actually feel exactly what it can do, and report back in with some of my results and my further detailed findings after using this for some time. So be sure to look out for a follow-up video and a follow-up review from me. But until then, hope you found this beneficial. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do like and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks.